Welcome back, everybody, to the West Coast. First of all, I wanted to say, even though it's not on this map, I wanted to say thank you for all the kind words and encouragement from my little tour video of the map I'm hopefully releasing soon. It is off the Giants. No, it's not available on consoles. Unfortunately, 4X maps just don't hack it on consoles, and hopefully maybe for FS19, I don't know. But anyway, I wasn't really expecting all of the overwhelming positive feedback. I kind of expected that video to go under the radar and nobody to notice that. I don't know. I kind of had intended to put it as like an explanation slash tour, video. Hey, watch this video if you are confused about what the map's, what the map has to offer. And I certainly wasn't expecting all of the positive feedback. So thank you to everybody. Let's put down a marker here first. Whoops, not that one. Shift me. And I wanted to thank you all for that. Like you said, it's kind of amazing because I went to sleep. I came home from the night shift. I went to sleep. I woke up at noon, which was an hour ago, and I looked at all the feedback. It was like, well, that's a lot of comments. That's probably the most comments I've ever received in such a short amount of time. So I just wanted to thank you all for that. I will get on there and answer your questions shortly, but of course I'll have already answered them by the time you are watching this video, if indeed you are the same people. But I had a few chores to take care of before I recorded, so I didn't get a chance to do it earlier. But for the rest of this episode, I wanted to kind of discuss, well, first of all, real life. If you guys remember the update of, I discussed maybe moving home, and the good news is after doing a lot of research and running the numbers, I think that I can make it work and make a very nice living if I converted all of the land my dad owned to organics. There's just a lot more money available in organic farming, and conventional crops, you have to have the acreage to be able to make a living, and we just don't have that. And the let's see, we will turn around, and I guess there are ways to do it. There are a lot of successful contract farming, but however, in the area of central Illinois, I don't know, everybody knows each other, and you could potentially do something like go to the landlord's house, knock on their door, and tell them, hey, this is what I have to offer. Let me farm your land for a little bit more per acre than what you are currently offering. And I don't know, I don't know if I could live with myself if I met that farmer at the local farm and fleet or something, knowing, hey, I took his land away from him. That's his living. That's income that he was expecting and counting on, and now it's gone. I know landlords change hands. I know, people pass on and then the land goes to a different farmer or whatever, but I would have a very hard time doing that because I'm too nice, I think. I'm not cutthroat enough. Let's lower, and we gotta pull that back up because this is gonna be our last end row. I can't do that, and I know some farmers do, but in our area in central Illinois, it's deemed kind of a dirty practice. I know a local farmer that had it happen to him, and it's some of these farmers invest a lot in a land, like he was telling me that he did a lot of improvements into this field. He put in tile to improve drainage. He moved some of the earth around and made it so that it was originally it was 7 separate fields because the water drained the topsoil away, so that there's basically big huge ditches in the middle of the field, and you had to drive around on the road. I think it was 7 separate fields, he said, but with putting in some grass waterways to minimize erosion and building up some dirt to minimize the water runoff, he was able to make it, I think, into 2 separate fields. And then he was actually looking to buy it, but then someone came in and it was basically a done deal. He said his lawyer was drawing up the paperwork, and he got a call from the owner saying that it was sold to another farmer. And I don't know if it was sold to a friend or sold to someone who made a better deal, but, you know, I mean, that's just kind of dirty. And he lost another field that a landlord, you know, that a landlord basically went with another farmer because they offered just a little bit better of a price. And I don't know, a lot of these cases, these other farmers don't know what the land can yield. They haven't been farming it for year after year. And so in some ways they're almost doing themselves, because for what they offer to pay in cash rent per acre, they could seriously lose some real money unless it's a bumper crop yield. I don't know. And there's just, I don't know. I mean, if the farmer's legitimately not doing a good job farming it or taking care of the land, then that's one thing. But trying to go to a landlord and ask to take away another farmer's livelihood, I have a problem with that. And some people might be okay with it, but you know, I'd be living with these people, so that's not a viable means to expand my farm. It's just not. The other alternative to make more money on the same acreage is going organics. I mean, that's where it's at. You can do smaller things like planting non-GMO corn instead of GMO corn, but the organics is where the money's at. And like the U.S. imports, I think 60% of their organic food supply right now. My cousin's an organic farmer over in Indiana, well, the border of Indiana and Illinois, and that's what he said. They import 60% of our organic crops, so the market's definitely there. And there's, you know, I've been doing a lot of the research, and there is a couple organic grain elevators that pick up the grain from your farm. They're about an hour away, but I mean that's irrelevant if they pick it up on your farm. Anyway, the market's there. However, the problem is converting to organics takes 3 years. And in order to, you know, so it's either a struggle through 3 years trying to find another job that would allow me, you know, 2 to 3 months off a year to farm, which not very many jobs let you do that. And if they do, you're not making enough money to make ends meet, or at least from what I can figure. And so that's kind of the situation. Once it gets to organics, I think I can make it work and make a good living, but until it gets to that stage. And so the problem is I'm looking at options to convert our land to organic farming while I'm away. I talked to my cousin. He said it's very difficult to try that process when you are not there babysitting the land. There's a lot of the process is very, very involved, and it'd just be hard. The other option is we could plant alfalfa and then let another farmer, you know, bale that hay. But the problem is I don't know if the demand is there for alfalfa in our area for bales of hay. You know, good high quality hay. That's something I'm working on, but that would be the ideal reason. Anyway, the reason I'm telling you this is because I know I said that if I moved back to Illinois, this channel would probably go away. Well, you can rest assured that I'll be here for at least another 3 years, because that's how long it would take probably, or maybe 2 years. You can harvest the crop on the third year. So essentially after 2 years, then the third year you can get your first organic harvest. Anyway, regarding this channel, I think that it would be potentially a lot of fun to, you know, I've been thinking about the outlook of Farming Simulator in the future. I came up with this awesome idea because the FSUK website has a section on there for contractors. You know, like, we'll come in and, you know, just send me your map, your save game file, and, you know, some of the important mods, and then they will harvest your crop for you, or they will do grass work for you, or whatever it happens to be. But I thought that it could potentially be fun to start a, you know, so I would still kind of keep the West Coast going maybe 1 or 2 days a week, but then depending on how many responses I get, I could go on to other people's maps and harvest their crops. Harvesting is my favorite thing, so I think I'd be some kind of a custom harvest crew. And then I would take the rest of the, you know, if I don't get any harvest contracts, then I will just work on my farm and publish an episode here on the West Coast. Or if I ever move on to another map, whatever map that would be. Anyway, I think that idea would be awesome, because then I get to see more maps, you guys get to see more maps, And you get to potentially see me playing your own map if you want me to get on there and harvest your ground. I think that could be awesome. I think that could be potentially awesome. I think that I would, I'd continue the story, right? I would have to get money from this farm somehow, some equity, and I would have to buy a second combine and basically send that combine on the road, fictionally, and that combine would show up on your map, and then I would harvest your crops. I think that could be very fun. Maybe if the schedules worked out, possibly we could do it multiplayer, maybe together. I don't know I don't know how that part would work. It'd probably be easier for me that'd be a lot of coordination. I take that back. But maybe I could do it, a special live stream every now and then where, I don't know, but then I don't want to run the potential of messing up someone else's map. Anyway, I don't know. Well, we can figure out the details later, but I think that idea could be potentially awesome, where I am farming other people's land as a contract harvester. I think that would be awesome. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about that opportunity. And it would mean cutting back on the West Coast episode, so it would only happen once or twice weekly. Well, I mean, granted, if I don't get any harvesting contracts, then I'll do the West Coast 3. You're still getting Farming Simulator 3 times per week. However, I think that could be a really cool idea. I really should have used GPS. Or at least let's drop a marker if I'm not going to use GPS. I always hit the wrong button. There we go. There we go. Okay, so yeah, let me know what you think about that idea. I think that could be awesome. Not that I'm getting bored with the West Coast, but I have seen my viewership drop from, at the beginning I was getting, well, I guess, it could be everybody has it on console now and everybody's watching that, but at the, I was getting at the beginning of this episode, well, you can't always judge it based on the beginning, but in the glory days, like it was like 500 or 600 viewers per episode, and now I'm down to like 200 or 300. And interest normally wanes. Like I looked at Dagger Wen's series, and his views are always higher at the beginning of a new map, at the beginning of a new series. I think that's just natural, where people fall off. But I also think that it's because I'm playing realistically. I've had like 6 episodes now where I just plant crops and I'm seeding, and that's fine for a lot of people, but I think that if I added something in there, like the bottom line is I'm not going to change the way I play. I play realistically, and if you don't like that, then that's fine. There's lots of other guys that play a little bit more arcadey, but I think it would help out my channel and a lot of people that want more variety with Farming Simulator. It would help that out to be able to do some custom harvesting on the side. Think about that. Once a week you get to see a brand new map, or well, knowing me, it would take me a long time to harvest another, so maybe it might be a couple episodes. But anyway, I can figure out the details later. Like I said, I think that would be potentially awesome. So let me know what you think about that idea. And I don't know. I think that I still want to continue. Like, I don't want to end this. Look at this. How can you end this? How can you end this map? The scenery that you have on this map is absolutely amazing. I don't know. I know I'll eventually have to move on, but I think that the contracting could be a great way to carry on with, maybe, so for example, I could take Frederick here with me on the road. He could be my contract hauling guy. I'd probably want to buy a semi because I want to haul more grain with that, less time, less trip to the store. I could still do it with my brother actually, or probably more realistically, it would be my brother back at home running the farm while I'm off contract harvesting. That would probably be a little bit more realistic, and I would just have to do all the harvesting myself. Or maybe I could, I could hire a young kid to take on the road with me. That could work. The kid might actually like it because. So anyway, yeah, I'd have to figure out I think I would take a, I would store the grain wherever you want it stored. If you want to sell it, I would sell it. I think I'd probably have a flat fee of, say, 5,000 for having to come to your map. That covers travel expenses. And then it would be, what is it, custom? I'd have to look up custom harvest rates in Illinois to kind of get a basis. I think it might be like $50 an acre, which, the fields in this game are typically undersized, so, that wouldn't be very many acres at all. I don't know how many acres I have planted, but, well, I don't even know how many acres are in a hectare, so that actually wouldn't help me that much. But let's hop inside the tractor here for a little bit. Anyway, I think that could, I think that could work. I'd have to, like I said, I would subtract my fee from your bank account after I finish harvesting before I hand the file over to you. But, I mean, if you're playing an easy or medium, that shouldn't really be a big deal. And if you're playing on hard, then you'd probably have to have a decent-sized farm to need a contract custom harvest job. So I think that that could be a lot of fun. Anyway, let me know what you think about that. And whenever Oxen and David's Oakfield Farm comes out, I am debating moving from this West Coast map to his farm, but I don't know. I mean, granted, time is, nobody has enough time for everything, right? And ideally, I would keep this series going indefinitely, just forever. And, I want to conquer this entire map. And I want to show you I want to show you me conquering the entire map on hard. I think that'd be awesome, but sorry, I just had to drink a sip of tea there. Yes, I am an American drinking tea. It's really helping my, I don't know if you noticed, but I got raspy a couple times there in this episode, and drinking the tea really helps that out. Good old tea. You guys know what you're doing over there in the UK. Anyway, I think that could be something. Yeah, I want to go to Oxen and David's map when it releases, but I would have a very hard time just leaving and abandoning this map. I don't know, but then on the other hand of it, it's like doing, I can really only do 3 episodes a week because I do like playing other games, and if I do play other games, then I need to only do 3 days a week. If I only did Farming Simulator, I might be able to do, I don't know, 4 or 5 episodes a week, but then that just gets, I don't care about that. Then that just gets it gets boring to me, and I'm afraid I would lose my energy. I know a lot of you have said that as well in the past, so I don't think I'll do more Farming Simulator, at least for the time being. It's just too much. It's too much of a guarantee to have to do that per week. But, I mean, I don't, would it be good to do one day on the West Coast, one day on another farm, and then one day contract? That seems way too much. I think the best plan is to look into the contracting idea for maybe Friday's episode, and then, obviously still keep on the West Coast for a long, long time, and then look into switching to Oxen and David's new map whenever that releases. I think that could potentially be fun. I don't know. We've got a lot of things to try and decide. I am having a lot of fun playing other games, and I am happy that I get to do that. It's fun. Look at these views. I just, it's amazing. We gotta put up our marker there. It's amazing how much I play this map, and then it's like I grab the corner and the views are still amazing. Oops, wrong button. Yeah, I don't know why, I'm stuck on, sometimes I use my keyboard, sometimes I use my mouse, and whoa. Okay, that was, I think I've got to have a loose connection. My steering wheel seemed to go away. I mean, my steering wheel problem seemed to go away, but there it just like, it locked up and didn't. Maybe I should do just a total restart of the drivers. I don't know. It did not work there. I couldn't turn or brake. I don't know. Maybe the connection's loose somewhere? I'll have to, you know, I thought it was just the drivers, but apparently it is a little bit more than just the drivers. That was weird. Anyway, sorry about that. Man. Well, we got a full plate of Farming Simulator with the newest expansion. Oh, well, that's something that I want to do. I want to start, you know, check out the latest video on Farming Simulator if you have not already. That video actually looked really cool. I seriously was not going to buy the expansion until I saw their latest video, and it had the Stara manufacturer on there. I forget how to spell that or pronounce it. Oh, I did it again. Look at that. I can't turn. That was weird. It's got to be a loose cable or something. I got to look at that a little bit more. I just don't want to. I really hate Apple. I really hate the closed system. Anyway, if it wasn't a work phone, I would definitely have an Android. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the manufacturer was on there talking, and I don't know, he kind of amped up and got me sold on a lot of his products. It was really neat seeing, you know, some real farms in action, that real equipment in action, and that did more to sell me on the It happened again. I can't turn. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna have to. I hate playing with mouse and keyboard. Shut up, stupid phone. I can't. I'm sorry if you. I don't know if I recorded those dings or not with the game sound, but I am sorry. I've done all I can to silence all other notifications, but every now and then I get them on my computer, and sometimes Windows just drives me crazy. Why can't I silence sounds like that all the time? I disabled them in the Action Center, but they still pop up. Anyway, that will conclude the planting of this field. Oh, you know what? We can actually drive around to the other field on the edge and connect up there. That's what we're doing, because we created a hole in the hedgerow. Anyway, back to that. That's an awesome video. If you haven't had a chance to watch it yet, highly recommend checking out Farming Simulator's latest video. It sold me on the expansion. I wasn't going to play it because it's not more realistic. I wasn't going to play it because the maps are generally, I don't know, they just kind of feel empty, like they're not filled in that well, especially if you have played a map like this one or anything, you know, any other good map. It's just the default Farming Simulator maps just kind of feel empty. But I think that I was really excited about the expansion. Like, I don't know, I wasn't going to play it at all. I am kind of sad that they didn't feature corn more. I know South America is a huge corn producer. They, like, so much that, you know, the seasons are different. They plant when we're harvesting, and they harvest when we are planting. So it's a little bit backwards. They do their harvesting in the spring. It's crazy. It's foreign. It's just totally weird. But that's what they do, and you know, it affects the crop prices. Like, every time we plant, the fall price that we get for our farms is dry. It's driven largely based on what the crop is, what the corn crop is in Brazil, what the exports are going to be, what the yields look like, and you know, if they have a bad, for example, if they're getting ready to plant in the, you know, their spring, which would be the, you know, the season, it would be their, you know, the same time that we're harvesting or getting ready to harvest. If they have a bad outlook, sometimes that can cause grain prices to spike, corn and soybeans, and you know the markets are tied really close together. So it would have been great to see a little bit more of a you know, Farming Simulator featuring corn. However, if you listen to that video, that guy, that manufacturer, he talks about corn a lot. I think he mentions corn 3 or 4 times in his video, and you know, he knows where it's at. He knows where the money's at. He knows what's going on. It was a fun video. It sold, like I said, it sold me on the game. I'm very happy to get that expansion, and I don't know if it'll be a full Let's Play. I'm at the very least going to do a first look. I'll probably start a Let's Play, and then I'll stop whenever I get bored with the unrealistic acceleration. I don't know. I keep going back to how the default equipment just does not feel real, and it doesn't to me. It's very hard for me to drive vanilla equipment, but I think that that's kind of a steep turn. But I think that the expansion looks neat enough and unique enough that I want to try it. And I'm happy that they showed me that video, because otherwise I would not have bought it. It was a really good video. It got me excited. Anyway, I think that that'll just about conclude. Oh, we're gonna have to a little bit more, and we did end there all the way to the end. Technically no, because this is something else. Why can't they just look at this? They start the seeding texture up here, all the way up here. This has no part in seeding. The seed, look at that. Look at that. Look where the tubes drop the seed. It's all the way back here. So why are you changing this to the seeded ground when you could make it back here? I mean, do they not understand how a planter works? Look at this. It's right there. It drops the seed right there. Right here. See those tubes? See those tubes coming from where you manually can fill up the seeder? Look at this. See? Look at that. That's where you put the seed. Look at that. Oh, look, it even has the same tubes. See? You can trace it down in-game. They modeled it realistically, but you have the seeding texture start up there. I don't know. Anyway, whatever. I'll end my little mini rant there and drive into the tree because I thought I was going backwards. And, oh man, I need to close the top. Otherwise, dust will get inside of our seed, and that is no good. Let's try to climb up there. Can we get up there? No. Okay, there we go. Let's get back inside Von Frederick. And, like I said, I will say goodbye because I am out of time for now. And I hope that episode was long enough for you guys. I don't know. I don't know what it'll be when, let's see, let's look over there. Right now it says that I've been recording for 34 minutes, but some of that was setup time and is not real. Anyway, I'm just, I don't know what oh, it did it again. Okay. Yeah, you know, it's time to leave because it's my steering wheel. I don't think it hasn't been my side console yet. It's only the steering wheel. And that is just really annoying. And you know what's probably also really annoying to have to watch? Yeah, see, there it goes. It's permanently broken now. It is just not working. It's probably also annoying to watch look at that, the keyboard. That just does not look very much fun. Anyway, I will check in on Monday with Monday's episode. I hope you guys can wait that long for another Farming Simulator episode. I'm not sure if I'll produce any other content over the weekend. I'll probably look at taking it off. I've been very busy this week with trying to get my map ready, and also the modding contest for FSUK. Be sure to check that out, by the way. If you've never made a map before, I highly recommend, you know, if you have the time. It is a very time-intensive process. I should warn that first. But if you have the time, and I've always wanted to learn, check out my other series. I'm doing a mapping class where I basically make a map for the FSUK contest, and I explain everything I'm doing along the way. And, you know, there's many ways to make a map. There's many other tutorials out there. Lancy Boy has some good live streams of his tutorials. However, you know, everybody has their own different process, and, you know, mine might work better for you. His might work better for you. So be sure to check out him as well if you are thinking about making some videos. Anyway, I'll try to find his link and put it, whoops, we don't want that, and put it in the description because he is far more experienced and knowledgeable than me, and he'll probably tell you less incorrect things. Anyway, I do thank you all for watching this video, and thanks again for all the kind words from my video on my farm in real life that I might move back to. That'd be awesome. We could do Farming Simulator Let's Plays in real life. That would be awesome. Hey guys, what crop should I plant today? No, it would be my livelihood. I'd have to be a little bit more realistic, but I think that'd be a lot of fun too. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, on the beautiful. Let's get a beautiful shot there. I can't really see based on the hills, but you can see the mountains. You can see that's kind of a. Okay, I guess that's a goodbye view shot. Goodbye view shot. Yeah, it's a goodbye view shot is the, there we go. Anyway, thanks again, guys, and so long until Monday's episode. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, everything, all that other stuff. Subscribe, thumb up, thumb down, whatever you want to do, and thanks.